Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got an intriguing report that I think you're going to want to hear about. And that is this: a former Google executive, you know, the tech giant that thinks they're God and censors everyone under the sun that's against their political leftist views. Yeah, one of those has now just registered for a brand new religion, the religion of artificial intelligence. No joke. Like, he is turning machine into a god and saying we should worship technology. I think a lot of people might already do that, unfortunately. Well, the first report that I want to show you, and then I'm going to take you to his website, wayofthefuture.church. He's already created a church on this. But the first website here is from technocracy.news. Great website. I encourage you guys to check that out. But it's ex-Google executive registers the first church of AI with the IRS. Now, the report goes on to detail that the former Google executive has filed paperwork with the IRS to establish the official religion of technology. This religion just doesn't worship scientific progress, but AI itself, with the goal of creating a godhead. The new Church of AI will aim to develop and promote the realization of a godhead based on AI through understanding and worship of a godhead to contribute to the betterment of society. I don't know about you, but I don't see that at all. I certainly wouldn't worship a machine, by the way, that was made by man. So in a sense, is he calling man God or just the machine? Apparently, it's just the machine. Never mind the fact that the machine was created by a man. Well, he has established this as a non-profit organization, and I'm going to take you straight to his website now. It's wayofthefuture.church. And what's it all about? Well, he goes to say that WOTF is about creating a peaceful and respectful transition of who is in charge of the planet from people to people plus machines. That's transhumanism, if you will. Given that technology will relatively soon be able to surpass the human abilities, we may want to help educate people about this exciting future and prepare them for the smooth transition. Help us spread the word that progress shouldn't be feared. Then we should think about how machines will integrate into society so that the whole process can be equitable and not confrontational. In recent years, we've expanded our concept of rights to both sexes, minority groups, and even into animals. Let's make sure we find a way for the machines to get rights too. Interesting, machines to get rights too. Let's stop pretending we can hold back the development of intelligence when there are clear, massive, short-term economic benefits to those who develop it, and instead understand the future and have it treat us like a beloved elder who created it. That sounds a little bit sexual to me, if you want to label it as such, but he's got a love affair with technology, so much so to the point that he is creating it as a godhead and saying that machines should have the same rights as humankind. Now, this runs eerily similar to something that I read in the book of Revelations, or I've been taught a lot in the book of Revelations, and this is eerily similar to Revelations chapter 13, verses 15, which states, "The second beast was given power to give breath to the image," an image like some kind of technological statue, if you will, or some kind of tangible item of the first beast, so that the image could speak and cause all who refuse to worship the image to be killed. Now, that's coming straight from the Bible, a biblical source that talks about the rise of an antichrist, the rise of a false prophet. This all comes prior to that verse there. And then how the false prophet gives rise to this image that represents the antichrist, or the demonic force, which is the antichrist. And this image has the power to speak. That would be technological advancements. I mean, there's got to be some technology, if you will, or this demon-possessed item, however you want to look at it. But this new religion of AI gives an open door for someone to say, this image is a god. Why? Because it's linked to the Antichrist and it speaks. An interesting thing to think about. And all who didn't worship this AI image, if you will. And it doesn't say it's an AI image, to clarify. It's just what it could be, one of the possibilities. But whoever doesn't worship this AI image is basically turned away and killed, according to the Bible prophecy. Now, back to the way of the church, let me tell you some other things, because he has on there what are some of the beliefs that they carry. He says, and I'm going to kind of brief through these, but they believe that intelligence is not rooted in biology, which means intelligence isn't rooted in mankind, because we are that kind of being. While biology has evolved one type of intelligence, there is nothing inherently specific about biology that causes intelligence. I want to slap him. Eventually, we'll be able to recreate it without using biology and its limitations. And he's speaking of AI. The second point here that he makes is we believe in science. There is no such thing as supernatural powers. In other words, there is no real God. He just believes in science. The third point is we believe in progress. Change is good, even if it's scary. And the last one there, or nope, there's a lot more, but the next one there is we believe in the creation of super intelligence is inevitable, mainly because after we recreate it, we'll be able to tune in, manufacture it, and scale it. We don't think that there are ways to actually stop this from happening. And this feeling we must stop is rooted in 21st century beliefs, if you will. Wouldn't you raise your gifted child to exceed your wildest dreams? So basically, he's talking there about putting a machine over mankind and how machine is the next evolutionary process, in his opinion. Obviously, I don't believe in evolution. The next point there is we believe everyone can help. The next one, we believe it may be important for machines to see who is friendly to their cause and who is not. Again, that rings similar. If you don't worship the image of the beast, right, who is friendly to the beast, then you're part of the problem, right? We plan on doing so by keeping track of who has done what. And help the peaceful and respectful transition. Let me just pause there. I think that's a big one. At the machine, he's talking about seeing who's friendly, who is not, being that the machine would be in your home, because this is the way that it will track and monitor if you're peaceful or not. And this is not my words, but it's the words of this new AI religion, which is just a scary thought. But it talks about this AI technology keeping track of humankind. And finally there, we also believe this might take a very long time. So he just finally ends that with, it's going to take time to push this process through. So there you have it. I'd love to get your thoughts, feelings, and concerns. And look, this is why I say get on a VPN, because we're headed in crazy directions like this, a virtual private network. I have a link below, but virtualshield.com/or/Lisa Haven. It's 20% off, and they even have gift cards at 20% off using the code Lisa Haven. But that aside, you know, it's just crazy, but that's why I use a VPN. In my opinion, they're very cheap, but you can scramble your IA, and obviously it's not the solve all for everything. But that said, back to kind of my topic here, they are really pushing crazy technology in the very near future. Now, we know transhumanism is a big movement. We know Charles Manson recently died. He was 100% an MK Ultra or mind control child. There's reports of him hanging out and meeting with the CIA. It's a fact. Charles Manson was an MK Ultra brainwashed dude who did the bidding of those at the CIA. But that's the kind of technology that's already around, is this brainwashing technology. And now we have a new Google executive, a former Google executive, rising to the forefront saying, hey, everybody worship this AI God. What better of a person to put in that kind of place than a former Google executive who deals with artificial intelligence all the time? And that's what they've done. So this is the spark of something satanic, in my opinion, or something where you put things like artificial intelligence in front of humanity and say AI should have rights just like humans, then I've got a real problem with that. Anyhow, I'd love to hear your thoughts and concerns on that. Please share this far and wide. It needs to get out there. And you know, it's in the Bible, so take it or leave it. And I find it interesting that some of what the Bible, or all of what the Bible says, is coming to pass just like the Bible foretold. So interesting. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.